Hey YouTube, doing a video from our hotel room on Sunday night, well Monday morning early, about 12:30. Our house caught on fire, and they saved the house. The fire department got basically to the property within 4 or 5 minutes, and they detained it to the kitchen and garage and laundry area, but they cut the power, and so we're without electricity at the house. We go back there every day to, the cats are still there, and we brought the dogs, but a lot of the house, even the day after, it still smells like smoke. We don't know what we're going to do. Our landlord, they're going out there and doing the insurance adjuster and everything on Tuesday, so we'll know more then on how long this is going to take. We've been in the hotel since Monday night. I went to my mother's that Sunday to Monday, and it was okay, but I really do pity the people that have to go through this and be separated from their families, or could have lost their lives due to a fire. It's really hard not being with my family. This is my home. This is just a room with 2 beds, and I had to be separated from my husband and my son when we go to sleep, even though it's almost kind of like they would be just going to their bedrooms or whatever. If it hadn't have been for me and my husband talking and my kids at 12 at night that night, we would have lost everything. We could have lost our lives. So, but thank God for insurance. They do provide shelter, and to the American Red Cross for helping with food, because all of our food kind of went bad before we could get it out, because it got the kitchen, and with the electricity being out for over 12 hours and stuff, we saved some of our freezer but not our refrigerator stuff. So I'm the type of person that doesn't cook in them. This is our room. My daughter's asleep. We got a TV, basically. I don't know if you can see this. It's very tiny. There's just a little area for a chair, and there's a window. But I can't really open the curtains to let sunlight in because we're on the ground level, and I don't want people looking in at me, and I can't even fit my wheelchair in this tiny little space, so I'm limited. I have to sit in a bed. I've been sitting in a bed since Monday. It is now Friday, and that's basically where I can sit. They call this, be thankful. I am thankful that they have provided shelter, but this is not how you say, proper shelter. Because why should I be separated from my family? I should be separated from my husband, who I love. And I just wish, I want to go home. I want my home. You don't know how long it's going to take for them to fix it to where we could go back home. We just moved in over the 4th of July weekend. And they're paying more. This is what makes it so sad, is they're paying more for these 2 rooms almost than we pay monthly in rent. They could sit there and put it towards a house or anything like that. Another property where we could stay until they get it fixed to where we can be together, but they don't say that. They're paying like $480 a week for these 2 rooms that my son has to come over here every day and stay here because he's not allowed in a hotel room without somebody being over 18. And it's just ridiculous. And they had to pay extra for 2 of my animals to stay. And, we have our cats at the house, and they're going nuts because we had to confine them to a 1 room, and they're used to being all over the place. I just don't know what to do, or where to turn. I gotta get school uniforms this coming month for my girls and my son, and I don't know where it's gonna come from. I don't. But that's basically what's going on. I haven't posted any videos. The fire was caused by electrical wires up in the attic. And if it hadn't been for us being awake, we wouldn't have noticed the lights flashing in the front room. Lights flashed, like flickered, almost like somebody was taking a picture. And I heard snapping and stuff in the kitchen. I had my husband go see what was going on. I'm like, what's going on, And when he went in there, he looked up above the stove, and there's the vent that is in the kitchen. And he said that there was flames. There's a fire. My daughter freaked and said there's a fire in the ceiling. And they got the extinguisher, and they sprayed the... and when my husband opened the garage door to go out in the garage to turn off the electricity to see if maybe that would stop it and stuff, he sat there and said the garage attic part was engulfed in flames. But they did, I called 911, and they came, fire department came out. They had it taken care of and everything, and they left within an hour and a half. They did a great job. They contained it to a 4 foot by 4 foot square, but the damage for electrical had taken its toll, so it's because the electrical box is in there, and it's just, we don't even know what we lost, really. The house still smells like a campfire, so that wood had to have been burned. By the time that we found the fire, though, and to the time that I called the cops and we got out to the van to basically, to get out of the way, I had to sit down, basically, within that time frame, the house engulfed in smoke. Didn't check the smoke detectors when we first moved in. I just assumed our landlord and everything had that taken care of, new batteries, freshly batteries when somebody moves in. No, that's not the case here. None of the detectors worked. So if I had went to sleep at the time that I normally do, we could have been dead. Because I usually take a medication to go to sleep, and I just thank God that we were up that late, and my husband did have to take a day off to get all this paperwork and everything settled, and I don't. And if you guys have any suggestions, just let me know. I grabbed my crochet bag, and I've been crocheting a lot. I'm making a blanket for my neighbor. She's keeping an eye on the house for us, so God bless her. But if I don't upload a lot of videos, it's because I'm in the depression state right now, because I miss it home. I really do. So I love you all, and please pray for us. Thank you.